Alexander the Great, a name synonymous with conquest and ambition, was born in Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedon, in 356 BC. His father was King Philip II, a shrewd and ambitious ruler who had transformed Macedon into a dominant military power. Alexander's mother was Olympias, the daughter of King Neoptolemus I of Epirus. She was a woman of fierce intelligence and ambition, known for her fiery personality and her devotion to the Olympian gods. Alexander's childhood was steeped in the world of royalty and warfare. His father's military campaigns and political machinations were a constant presence, and Alexander was exposed to the realities of power from a young age. He was trained in horsemanship, swordsmanship, and the art of war, displaying a natural aptitude for leadership and a thirst for knowledge. Legends abound about Alexander's early life, painting a picture of a precocious and headstrong youth. One famous anecdote tells of how he tamed the wild horse Bucephalus, a feat that had defeated all others. This event showcased Alexander's courage, determination, and his unique bond with animals. Growing up in the court of Philip II, Alexander witnessed firsthand the power of ambition and the importance of military strength. His father's conquests and his mother's influence instilled in him a belief in his own destiny and a desire to leave his mark on the world. At 13, Alexander's education was entrusted to the philosopher Aristotle. Philip II invited Aristotle to Mieza to personally tutor the young prince. This period profoundly impacted Alexander's intellectual development and worldview. Aristotle instilled in Alexander a love of learning and curiosity. He introduced him to Homer's works, Greek plays, and the philosophies of Socrates and Plato. Alexander developed a passion for literature, especially Homer's epics. This fostered an appreciation for Greek culture which he spread throughout his empire. Aristotle also taught him philosophy, ethics, politics, and natural sciences. He encouraged critical thinking and a thirst for knowledge. These lessons helped Alexander analyze situations and make strategic decisions. Aristotle's teachings instilled in Alexander a sense of morality and justice. He emphasized virtue, wisdom, and self-control. This moral compass guided Alexander's actions as a ruler. The years with Aristotle had a lasting impact on Alexander. He emerged with a sharp intellect and a broadened worldview. This education shaped his reign as he sought to conquer lands and hearts. Alexander's education under Aristotle was cut short in 340 BC when his father, Philip II, recalled him to Pella to assist with the governing of Macedon. At the young age of 16, Alexander was appointed regent, entrusted with managing the affairs of the kingdom while his father was away on campaign. This experience provided him with valuable insights into the complexities of leadership and the challenges of maintaining order within a kingdom. During this time, Alexander also had his first taste of military command, leading a Macedonian force to victory against the Mighty, a Thracian tribe that had rebelled against Macedonian rule. This early success further cemented his reputation as a skilled military commander and a worthy successor to his father's throne. However, Alexander's relationship with his father was complex and often strained. Philip's remarriage to Cleopatra Eurydice, a Macedonian noblewoman, created tension within the royal family. Olympias, feeling sidelined and threatened, instilled in Alexander a sense of suspicion towards his father and his new wife. This familial discord came to a head in 336 BC when Philip II was assassinated under mysterious circumstances during a grand celebration in Aegi. While the identity of the assassin remains a subject of historical debate, some suspected Olympias of involvement, though no concrete evidence exists to support this claim. With Philip's death, the throne of Macedon passed to Alexander, who was just 20 years old. Despite his youth and the challenges posed by his father's sudden demise, Alexander moved swiftly to consolidate his power and secure his position as king. Section 4. Unstoppable Force: Alexander's Greatest Conquests. Alexander's reign began amidst turmoil. Several Greek city-states rose up in rebellion. Alexander acted decisively, crushing the uprisings. He destroyed Thebes, deterring further rebellion. This solidified his authority in Greece. Alexander then turned his attention to the Persian Empire. His invasion in 334 BC began a decade-long campaign. Alexander's first major victory was at the Battle of Granicus River. Despite being outnumbered, his army routed the Persian forces. This opened the way for his advance into Asia Minor. At the Battle of Issus in 333 BC, Alexander faced Darius III. Despite the odds, Alexander emerged victorious. Darius fled, leaving his family captured by Alexander. Section 5. An Empire Forged, from Greece to India. Following his victory at Issus, Alexander continued his relentless eastward march, conquering Tyre and Gaza before entering Egypt, where he was hailed as a liberator from oppressive Persian rule. In Egypt, Alexander established the city of Alexandria, a strategic port city at the mouth of the Nile River, which would become a center of learning, culture, and trade, and one of the most important cities in the ancient world. Leaving Egypt, Alexander ventured deeper into the Persian Empire, finally confronting Darius III for the last time at the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC. This battle, fought near the ancient Assyrian city of Nineveh, proved to be the decisive encounter between Alexander and Darius. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Alexander's army, through superior tactics and the unwavering courage of its soldiers, won a crushing victory, effectively ending the Achaemenid Persian Empire. With the Persian Empire in ruins, Alexander became the undisputed ruler of a vast domain stretching from Greece in the west to the Indus River in the east. He continued his eastward expansion, conquering parts of modern-day Afghanistan and Pakistan, and fighting a series of battles against local rulers, including the fierce King Porus of Taxila, whom he defeated at the Battle of the Hydaspes River in 326 BC. Alexander's empire was remarkable not only for its size, but also for its diversity. He ruled over a vast array of peoples, cultures, and languages, and he made a conscious effort to integrate them into his empire. He adopted Persian customs and dress, appointed Persians to positions of authority, and encouraged intermarriage between his Macedonian soldiers and Persian women. This policy of cultural fusion, however, met with resistance from some of his Macedonian troops, who viewed the Persians as a conquered people. Section 6. The Price of Glory, Challenges, and Mutiny. Throughout his campaigns, Alexander faced numerous challenges. The constant warfare took a toll on his army, both physically and mentally. His soldiers, exhausted from years of fighting and marching across vast distances, longed to return home. Alexander, however, was driven by an insatiable ambition, a thirst for conquest that seemed to have no bounds. He dreamed of reaching the ends of the known world, of conquering all lands and peoples. This ambition, however, would eventually lead to discontent within his ranks. In 326 BC, after reaching the Indus River, Alexander's army, exhausted and demoralized, refused to go any further. They had reached their breaking point, their loyalty to their king outweighed by their desire to return home after years of relentless campaigning. Faced with a mutiny within his ranks, Alexander was forced to relent. He agreed to turn back, much to his disappointment, abandoning his dreams of conquering all of India. The return journey proved to be arduous, with Alexander's army suffering heavy losses from disease, heat exhaustion, and attacks by local tribes. Despite the challenges and setbacks, Alexander never lost sight of his vision of a unified world, a world where Greeks and Persians, Macedonians and Egyptians could live together in harmony. He encouraged cultural exchange, promoted trade, and founded numerous cities, many of which he named Alexandria, as a testament to his legacy. Section 7. The sun sets on an empire. Alexander's death and legacy. In 323 BC, at the age of 32, at the height of his power, Alexander the Great fell ill in Babylon. The exact nature of his illness remains a mystery, with theories ranging from malaria to typhoid fever to poisoning. After 11 days of agony, Alexander succumbed to his illness, dying on June 10th or 11th, 323 BC. His death sent shockwaves throughout his vast empire. Without a clear heir, his generals, known as the Diadochi, fought amongst themselves for control of his vast domain. This power struggle, known as the Wars of the Diadochi, lasted for decades, fracturing Alexander's empire into several successor states. Despite the fragmentation of his empire, Alexander's legacy lived on. He left an indelible mark on history, transforming the political and cultural landscape of his time. He spread Greek language, culture, and ideas throughout his empire, ushering in the Hellenistic period, an era of unprecedented cultural exchange and intellectual ferment that lasted for centuries. Alexander's military genius is undisputed. He remains a model of strategic brilliance and tactical innovation, studied by military leaders and historians to this day. His conquests led to the discovery of new lands, the opening of trade routes, and the spread of knowledge.